right, ladies and gentlemen, we have what I think will be the final DBFZ tier list today. What makes me say final? Well, I think Rollback will be the last hurrah. I think they're going to focus on Sparking Zero because that is their next big project. It has like 200 characters or some shit. That's not going to be DLC that people counted. Maybe there are DLC slots. I don't know. But there's like 200 character slots in that game. You got like 30 Gokus and 20 Vegetas. So there's at least 50 characters right there. You know, I would imagine there's only a skeleton crew working on fighters right now just to pump out Rollback and then call it a day. We didn't even get an announcement for a world tour. We just got Rollbacks coming, trademark pending sooner than you think, but we won't tell you the date, which is very disrespectful, I think, to all of us that have stuck with the game for this long. And for those of us that are upset, rightfully so, are moving on. But I still need to get this tier list out there because I haven't made one after this patch came out for a bit to see where it was going. All right, let's get started. We're gonna just start from 16, right? He's the first character on this list. 16 S tier? Nah, I'm gonna have to put my man in B tier. All right, listen, in a game, bear with me here, in a game where you have his only full screen move is a command grab. Yeah, sure, it goes through beams and projectiles. I believe it is only the grounded one. I believe it's only the grounded one, right? That goes through beams, projectiles, and assists. That's great, but you have to spend resources on top of resources after you land it. He does not have big buttons. He does have armor, but in a game where you could just put bullshit all over the screen, that doesn't mean anything because, you know, if he does heavy, you key blast, beam, which, you know, almost every character can just fill the screen with pollution, right? Doesn't mean too much. He doesn't get that much, well, unless you're optimal, right? He needs assists to really extend his combos, or he needs a burn meter, which is always a pain, you know, spending resources where other characters don't. It's never a good thing. It's never a good time. All right, 17. Yeah, this asshole's S for sure. Still top 3 assist in the game. His meter gain is one of the characters that actually needed a meter gain nerf was him. I think he has the best meter gain in the game next to people like Ginyu and Baby. Right? I believe that's pretty fair to say that Ginyu, Baby, and 17. I think it's not crazy to say that 17 is one of the best meter builders in this game. Only people better would probably be, like I said, Baby and Ginyu. I'm looking at this roster and I'm like, who could do a better job than 17? Maybe Gohan after he's level 7? But again, that's just not off rip. So yeah, all my homies hate 17. I hate 17. I hate 17A. Been broken since it first came out. Super annoying. Great character, just gotten better. His Rekkas, right? His multi-hitting level 3. It's always good when you have a level 3 that hits more than one character. His mix is very potent. You can, you know, he has 3H, which is an anti-air. Before, you used to cross him up, right? And you would make him 3H and he would get hit because, oh, it wasn't an anti-air. But now it's like, oh, you crossed me up. Oh, I'd missed my 2H, but I got my slide. Oh, you got hit anyway. Whoops. Sorry. 18. How fitting. S for sure. Barrier, right? She can completely negate some characters by simply just going, you think a barrier will work? Yes, I do. F you. Stupid ass. Damn you, Cell. Look what you did. Anyways, yeah, barrier, right? It's just so annoying. She can also call 17 to do his own barrier, and then she could barrier to Chesty. It's very annoying. She has the only mid-screen mix now off her level 3, right? I mean, I guess I should say the best mid-screen level 3 Oki. You know, you still have like base Vegeta and stuff like that, but hers is true. Hers is legit a 50-50 4-way guess, you know, that you're probably going to get hit. And she can do it off of, you know, DHC, right? Base Vegeta has to throw you up himself. Then he has to, you know, spend 4 bars if he wants a true 50-50, right? You know what? I think Base Vegeta can do it if you DHC him in if the character is high enough. But again, that's like a lot of work when you just call 18 and she does it. And it also happy birthdays, you know. Well, Vegito's level 3 mix is you have to vanish for it, right? Hers is just like, I hit you with my level 3. We get started. That's it. I don't need to do anything else. I think she's the only character in mid-screen where it's like, I don't need to do anything. I just need to level 3 you. And then I get a 4-way mix, right? Other characters are like, I gotta vanish. You need to be a certain height. I need to spend this extra bar in level 4 you. I need you in the corner. She could do it anywhere. And her level 3 pulls you out of the corner, right? So it doesn't even matter if she hits you in the corner. She pulls you out of the corner and just kicks your ass. So yeah, very good character. Good assist, right? You can play her mid, bring her in. 50-50. They're 25-25, 25-25 your opponent. And then just bring your shit. Alright. Oh, man. I don't know where to put Majin 21. I'll put her in A for now. But the fact that they nerfed her level 3 so bad. Right? I don't remember if the air level 3 gave you the true 50-50. I know the ground one did, and I understand the ground one getting nerfed because it gave you all the steals and they buff steals. Fair. But it is a crime. I repeat, it is a crime that they did not give the air level 3 the 50-50. Right? Disgusting. I hate it. How could you do that? Or at least give her a safe jump off the ground level 3. But you're plus 18. You don't get a safe jump. You dash up button and then you guess if they're going to reflect or not half the time. And if they do, you get smoked because you can't really counter reflect without an obvious or a hard read. She doesn't really have any big buttons, right? Doesn't have a way to really stop the neutral. Her best tool is obviously 5S. She throws Ki Blast and she can negate other Ki Blasts for the most part. But you know, if you have a character like Zebrali who can shoot multiple, they just trade and he eats it up. Jiren can just S through it, you know. So there's a lot of ways to go around her. And her steals, for as good as they are, they don't really make up for her lack. No knock. She still doesn't have a knockdown without having a Dragon Rush. No, I don't want to hear that shit. Well, she could jump cancel her heavy now. Do you realize how specific of a hit you have to get in the corner to do JH jump Dragon Rush? You have to be a certain height. There can't be too much hits done. And you have to be in the corner. She still needs to spend a meter and Dragon Rush to get a knockdown. That's fucking crazy. They could have just been like, oh, hey, we'll just have dive force a smash. It's that easy, right? Oh, but you already used smash. Okay, well, they can code it to where, oh, you dive again, you know, fucking, you get a little bounce smash, but it still makes you slide on the ground. They have characters do that already. They've shown in the game that they can do that, where you get the smash, they bounce, and then they slide on the ground. It's in the game. But they're like, yeah, nah, Chief, we ain't gonna do that. Poor character, man. Bardock. I'm gonna have to put Bardock in B. He may have, like, his best thing is Lariat, EX Lariat to specify, as he does win most clashes in this game. You know, you clash and then you EX Lariat because it's 6 frames, it's an EX move, has priority, things like that, right? But that's not really enough to carry him. He has a -1 Ki Blast, sure, but how do you approach a character like Baby? How do you approach Beerus, you know? Even Piccolo, dude, he orbs up, right? And then you have to take the risk of throwing a slow-ass single Ki Blast because Bardock can only throw one. And he can approach you, right? You know, it just, if a character has multi-Ki Blasts, it completely shuts down your ground game. Like, once he hits you, you know, he can get started. He can hit you with the plus frames, right? With Tyrant Lancer, you know, the EX Lariat 50-50 mix in the air. But the problem is he has to get there, right? He has to get there. There's so much he has to go through to get there. But just Lariat assist. Well, okay, sure. but you don't really have a way to 50-50 your opponent when you make them block outside of the corner. And even super dash assist mix is at the, you know, at certain levels you can react with reflect, or you're taking a risk of your opponent mashing on you and gain a happy birthday and things like that. It doesn't really have a way to mix you without taking a risk, you know. Does do damage now. They definitely gave him more damage with his new routes. You can light lariat vanish, but at that point you're spending a bar, you know. You know, someone in chat's like, can he gel into lariat? Yeah, but you're spending a bar, right? Other characters do not have to spend a resource to keep you in block stun, you know. It's pretty expensive if you really think about it. But again, you know, he's alright. He's not too bad, not too good. Decent assist with lariat. Bring back Bardock B, because that assist is not as good as everyone memed it out to be. Sucks, but that Twitter patch destroyed a couple characters. Alright, moving on. There's a reason he doesn't have hair. He didn't deserve hair. God said no. You top tier asshole. You do not need a hair. You have everything else. Where do I even start? Alright. Crouching medium full screen goes through everything except the point character. Best level 3 in the game that can also cross up and put your opponent in the corner, that does like 2k unscaled, 5k unscaled, 2k scaled. Solo 50-50 mix where if you're too small you can't get out of, right? Some of the best meter building in the game, even after building half a bar. This guy builds like a bar and a half from just putting you in a 50-50. If he mixes you, he builds back like a bar and a half. It's crazy. It's annoying. It pisses me off. One of the best assists in the game, right? It's like Krillin rocks. I think his assist is better than Krillin rocks. And you know, before you roast me, let me tell you why. Krillin rocks does not bounce off the backboard. Okay? Okay? Maybe in the corner. I forget if it does or doesn't in the corner. But Beerus bounces off the backboard anywhere on the screen. And it has almost as much hit stun as rocks. Okay? It's a better assist on block. It has more hits. It has almost as much hit stun on hit. And it bounces off the backboard. So you could jump over the assist. Get behind them. Okay? And that shit will hit the wall. Come back and hit you, and your opponent's like, I earned that. That's my shit. Pissing me off, dude. His damage is crazy. It's level 2. It's level 3. Yeah, you can wake up, right? And he can wake up DP super, you know, they wake up DP level 1, level 3, and you're taking a mix. I think he's the only character in the game that can do that. It's pissing me off just thinking about it, too. What does my Dragon Ball become? S. Brawly. Bear with me for a second. Hold on. I know. Hey, you're like, whoa, wait. Hold on, gamer. Why? Gamer, hold on. Why are you putting him over 16 and Bardock? Listen. Okay? This is one of, if not the mid characters of all time. And I don't mean mid like bad. I mean mid as in you put him second on the team. He is one of, if not the best character to special tag into, and here are the following reasons. He always has J2H. It will always give him a smash no matter what. You can level 3 into him, you get the 15% damage buff. So when you have that buff, you can get his ass out, bring him back in, fuck shit up, right? He has pretty good armor. They buffed his damage in his combo routes, right? They made Eraser Blow into command grab pickup way easier, so you don't even have to vanish anymore. You know, it's armor. You know, it's a guess, right? I Eraser Blow. Am I gonna do it again? Am I not? I got armor, bro. You reflect it. You know, I think he's still safe. Powerful, very powerful character, right? He has to play a little bit slower, but he's a very powerful character, right? And his strength lies in not having to play. And what I mean by that is what I said earlier. You don't need to have him out. You get the hit and then you bring him out and you just shit on your opponent, right? Very strong, very powerful. One of the best 2Ls in the game in terms of just coverage, right? Very good assist. It's angled. Any assist that is angled upward, it's great. You know, it covers that angle of approach that your opponent likes to be in. Things like that. Any medium starter is a TLT. Any medium starter at all. Especially if you have the shirt off. So just the looming threat of you dying, you could also die off a light starter if you have the team composition. So the looming threat of you just exploding off one hit is terrifying. You know, like let's say you're down 3-2, right? He shirt off, jabs your character, sparks. You're like, damn, that's crazy. I just died. If he could kill you off a key blast, dude, I'd shit my britches. All right, moving on. Z Brawly. I might have to make an A- here. I still think Z Brawly is good because of barrier. Well, why? Well, think about it. Barrier makes a 3v3 match 3v1. Right? It doesn't matter if your whole team is alive. If he pops barrier, which is not that hard to do because you have 2 assists if you play on point, he's still a decent anchor, right? Or you have a mid, whatever. Even if he's on anchor and he barriers, all of a sudden it's a 1v1 fight. That's so powerful. No other character in the game can do that. No other character in this game can make round start 3v1 or make a 1v3 comeback into 1v1 while the other characters are alive, except Z-Bro, you know. Alright, see, there's some other characters that can kind of get close, like 18, throwing out barrier with 17, right? You know, it's close, but it's not the same thing necessarily. Well, I might make an A-, Alduri. A is not ordered, but I might make an A-. He still has unreactable command grab. His combo routes got way better. One of the best key blasts in the game still in terms of zoning. He has barrier, can make it 1v3, right? Round start, either which way if he's on anchor. Slow level 3, right? Just TLD you like nothing. You know, something him and the other S probably share, you know. His only big fault is, yeah, they did nerf his frame data a little bit, and he doesn't have a traditional medium starter. But everything he does has armor. And there's so many times with all these other characters where just having that 1 point of armor could have changed the entire landscape of the match for you. You know, I feel like his armor is undervalued right now, you know. But he's the character where you could just stick out limbs and you don't really have to stress about it as much as other characters. And he's, you know, his erasable assist is still pretty good, right? It's a giant smoke screen. He throws it out. There's a big green clutter bullshit everywhere. You could sink a dragon rush behind it. You know, there's also just like visual clarity and mix-ups and things like that. All right, moving on. Ginyu. I think for the first time in my tier list life, Ginyu is no longer anywhere on the tier list. I think he's just S now. Before, if you remember my old tier list, were like Ginyu could be anywhere on the tier list, right? Depends, you know, if he can get started or how he gets started. They have buffed him so much that he doesn't even need to get started to get started. Does that make sense? He doesn't need to get started to get started. You know, he stays ready so he doesn't have to get ready, which pisses me off. He no longer has a win condition. It's just win. Pissing me off, dude. He has his calls right. He eats key blast when he calls a character. I believe he builds meter too as well, right? When he calls the Ginyu Force, he builds like a crumb of meter, which you may not think it's that much, but if he does like 30 calls in a game, that's probably 2 bars, right? Bar and a half. The bar and a half, 2 bars he wouldn't have had before in the older version of the game before he got buffed. Does as much damage as S probably, maybe more. I don't think it'd be as no. I think 50% buffed Brawly does a little bit more. Ginyu B gives like half a bar. Well, I'm talking about when he's on point, Zane. He builds less meter when he's on point, no? Or does he not get meter when he's on point? I'm pretty sure he gets meter when he calls him on point, right? I think certain summons give him more. Really? I thought they were all the same. But I mean, you guys are just making him better than I already had him, right? I'll probably order S tier at the end of this video. Ginyu, he just stays ready. Before, the problem was he had to get ready, but now he just stays ready. There's no longer a win condition for him to get started. It's just win. You know, why does he have a hop over low that's lower body invincible that is a TLD starter that he could cancel to make safe on block, which it might already be safe on block anyway. Actually, probably not. Dude, this character is absurd. I would say he has one of the best assists in the game with Ginyu B. 2 calls, right? Yeah, the cycles, you know, and it's different things, but you're typically gonna get a good pull. It's like you're playing gacha with Ginyu, but you're always guaranteed a good pull after 2 pulls, you know? Yeah, you're always guaranteed a good pull after 2 pulls, right? You know how like when you play a gacha game, what is it? The first 50, like on the 50th pull, you have a 50% chance to get the ultra rare. And if you don't get it, then on the next 50th pull, you get the ultra rare. Well, Ginyu's like, if you don't get the ultra rare on the first pull, you'll get it on the second pull. You know, he's just feeding into people's gambling habits. He's a shit character. Yeah, it's a pity system, dude. EX tackle safe on block that pushes them far away to where if they mash, EX will punish them. Yeah, he's just safe the character. Even if he has built-in hidden missiles from Marvel 3. You know how absurd that is to say in a game like Dragon Ball with all the bullshit in it already, and he has that built in? Oh man, you hit me. Sure glad to have Raccoon in the back. But yeah, very powerful. Ginyu B, very powerful. Meter, the works. Gotcha system. This motherfucker right here. Oh my lord. Top 3 character in the game. By far. And the only reason he's that good is because of EX Perfect Attack. If it was not invincible, he'd probably be B tier. I'm not even kidding. EX Perfect Attack literally takes him from being like a B tier character to being top 3 in the game. It's crazy. It's actually absurd that if you got rid of that one property, he'd suck. Have you ever seen this is one of the most carried moves of all time, and I feel like we can all agree to that fact. Yeah, because like Perfect Attack was EX Perfect Attack was already good, right? It was frame 1 anti-air. It was like a almost half screen move, right? It gives you guaranteed mix with most assists in the game, which is powerful because that means you could have any kind of team composition you want. So they had all that. It's a medium starter as well, right? But then they're like, what if we made it invincible frame 4? Like fully invincible to everything except supers in the game. It's actually absurd. But you can't take that away from him because in this meta, if you got rid of that, he'd be B tier at best. He's actually carried by that one move, being invincible. So he's in a weird place. If you would have to rework him so much. So he's been pretty standard across most seasons. He just does more damage now because of the universal beam buff. But his whole thing is EX Perfect Attack. There's not really much else to him. By the way, if you get a PA in a defensive situation, you would just TLD no matter what. Yeah, they could pop Spark when EX Perfect attacks, and you're down a character. And he's gonna be meter positive most of the time. He's gonna have an extra meter or 2. And Nappa's another character that I hate to fight, without a doubt. But I think that pretty much sums it up for Cell. His assists are the worst part about him. His C assist is probably his best assist because it hits pretty high and it pins you down. But even then, it's a C assist. It's a single hit move. If you whiff, then you're kind of stuck, what, like 14 seconds without an assist? I think it's 14. It used to be like 16, I think. I wouldn't say broken in Zem. I wouldn't go broken. I think it's fine when you look at comparison of all these other assists. If he did 2 parts of the Perfect Attack, I'd be like, okay, yeah, this shit is broken. But, you know, got okay coverage on the ground. You can avoid him if you're advancing forward or you're kind of too high up. I've been in God tier players from that assist alone. I believe you, but does it come from lack of experience with the assist versus the assist, or is it that good? I mean, you'd know better than me, but I don't want to say too much time. I'll take your word for it. Inzim says it's God tier. We gotta believe him and agree with him. All right, let's talk about Nappa. I'll put Nappa in S. You know what? I have to make a separate row for this. Add a row above. You go and killed the game tier. It's absurd. I definitely think this is a kill the game type of moment. Yeah, well, we could have these three and kill the game tier. I feel like that's not a bad statement. All right, Nappa. I think he has top 5 special in the game. Cyberman. EX Cyberman to specify, right? Especially with how they buffed it. It's like its own standalone character at this point. It can combo you. It can mix you up, right? You could think of it as building you meter, since you could just key charge if you want to. Just be an asshole. You get 2 of them, not at the same time, but you can have one active and one in the ground ready. Okay, you're not affected by meter penalty for that long. It's not like it lasts the duration of the Cybermen. It's absurd. These crazy 50-50s that he needed resources to do, he does by himself now. And again, you know, he hasn't relatively changed too much, you know, these past couple patches, but that one change to Cyberman where he ignores all assist and key blast and the hit stud. When we talk about the base characters, you ain't gonna downplay base Vegeta, ain't no way. But yeah, Nappa, great assist, right? Nappa A, just smoke screen, right? Just smoke my finger. You can't see shit when he throws it out. And a lot of people are gonna ask, well, why don't we see Nappa that often if he's so good? Well, I mean, I talked about it before, but people don't like to play ugly characters. It's just the way it is, you know. There's a reason that fusions are so popular, because they look cool. You know, a fusion is somebody you take home to meet your mom. Meet Vegito. Hey mom, here's Gogeta. You know, you're not gonna be like, mom, meet Nappa. You know, you're gonna take Nappa home. Not most of you. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me I'm wrong in this. Things like that. He has the level 3 that he can hold to get crazy mix if it does hit raw. But across the board, Pixel Luigi, the fusions, most people consider the fusions way cooler than Nappa. It's just the way it is, dude. I don't make the rules, I follow them. Alright. Now, Cooler. I'd put Cooler in A. The changes he got this season were very powerful. Very powerful. Right? He can OTG. I got hit by it at the finals. I got my shit pushed in by Cooler. It's a good character, man. And it just takes a Cooler master to show you how good the character can be. Big buttons, right? 3H that goes through almost everything that he can solo convert due to the recent buffs he got, right? Because hit stun used to be a really weird thing for Cooler, but they made it better for him. Obviously, you got to learn the new routes, but that's not that difficult to do, you know. Cooler doesn't have anything too difficult, so it's not a huge time investment. Nappa is the guy with your mom. But yeah, the big glaring weakness that Cooler has is he has one of the worst level 3s in the game. You know, you can duck it, right? You can vanish on some of the hits, you know. Counter's god awful. It doesn't counter assist. It doesn't counter key blast. Still one of the worst level 3s in the game. You could duck the command grab. It's awful. It's terrible. If they made his level 3 better, I would put him higher. But it's just so bad. He doesn't have a bust out, right? You can't even use it as a command grab, you know, which is weird. I don't know why level 3s in this game aren't traditional command grabs. I feel like outside of, you know, Beerus's command grab, that'd be fine, especially in the situation where other people mash out level 3s and they hit because they have a hitbox to it. But for example, if you jump Trunks' level 3, or if you air dash button into Trunks level 3, he's gonna whiff and then he gets punished. But if, let's say, you air dash level 3 into like a Cell or something, I mean air dash button into Cell's level 3, they're gonna get hit because it's like active hitbox, but Trunks won't grab you. Feels bad, man. Sure, damage output, it's fine, but a lot of characters level 3s in this game already do a lot of damage, you know. So it's not, you can't look at the damage and be like, yeah, that's great, it's really good. But he still has a DP assist, he still has great damage, right? Better damage now. Assists aren't too shabby, you know. His DP assist is a little slow, But I mean, come on, it's a DP assist, so that doesn't really affect it too much. And it goes, this motherfucker flies at you. Buttons are kind of, his medium buttons are stupid. Yeah, medium and 3H are really stupid buttons. But he doesn't really have, he has to approach you. That's the thing with Cooler. So if he didn't have to approach you, I would put him higher. All right, let's move on. Listen, I think Frieza is solid now. You know, I used to have him in like the worst tier. Yeah, he has a specific character J2H mix. Again, it's not universal, it's character specific. And a lot of the top tiers now aren't super tall to get hit by it. So it's more of a take than a give. And then those are my last thing about Cooler. But yeah, so Frieza still struggles a little bit, right? His zoning is okay, and you know, it used to be fine, but the state of the game where projectiles don't matter too much to some characters, you know, for example, right, like let's say you have Cooler 3H, right? You have Gogeta 4EX Lariat. You got Beyblade from Lapco 21. You know, you have back fist with Gohan, right? It gets behind him, smacks him in the head. Shoulder tackle with Goku Blue. There's a lot of ways to circumvent what makes Frieza strong. Now what brought him up was not gold lasting longer. You know, gold lasting longer is nice. It's cool. It's not the end all be all. But that his orb, you can slow it down, right? To cover you. That is your coverage. That for me is what has brought him up. Now, again, there's a lot of ways to approach him at an angle where you don't have to deal with orb. You know, a lot of characters can hit you from, you know, down this way, right? At an angle. A lot of them. A lot. Or they could just negate the orb, or, you know, they could just throw their own projectile to get rid of it. Things like that. But it's still incredibly strong for him to have, and his setups, right? Wake up supers trash, you know. He did get the sorbet gun, I think, is unpunishable now, right? I could be wrong. I'm not a Frieza master, but I think sorbet gun is now unpunishable. That is nice. You gotta choose when to deactivate gold. 2H beats Broly now. Good. That was more of a bug than anything for the barrier. Gropers pressing wake up golden for the 80th time to set and never getting punished. Well, you can't punish gold. The only thing you can do when a Frieza wakes up and does gold is have an assist out. But if you have an assist out, he's guaranteed to reflect, right? But you're still in a good favorable situation. So yeah, wake up gold is, it just lets you see the situation. But it's not a get out of jail free card, right? It's not like, you know, Beerus is on Anchor. He does DP into level 1 into level 3, right? Or level DP level 1 into a DHC into a fast level 1. So, you know, assists are okay. I think it's called Death Slash. It's okay. You know, visually obstructs you. You know, kind of hard to convert off of. But I think Frieza's could be better, but he's okay now. Gogeta Blue. He's either at the top of A or the bottom of S. Gogeta's either at the top of A or the bottom of S. We're going to put him at the top of A for now. Not much to say. He's relatively the same character except for the meter nerf and the 2H nerf, right? He did get more damaging routes, right? He can solo convert off of a medium DP. But that's not enough to weigh out the nerfs he got. Gogeta A, great assist, right? Again, but not too much to say about him. Same character for the most part since the last patch. 236A is plus now. Yeah, sure, it is plus, but that move is risky to throw out. Like, yeah, he 3 or plus 2, right? He got a little bit more damage, but his problem was never damage, right? He got more damage routes, but that was never his problem. He never had a problem doing damage, you know? It was more so that they took his mix and meter. His B assist is kind of a bootleg C in a way. Well, you would use, I know 236S is plus. It's like plus 2 or something like that. But that's still a risk to throw out, especially full screen. You know, you could whiff and then get punished, or it's very easy to tell when 236S is coming because there's 3 of you on the screen. So you jump, right? Try to hit a button, vanish out, things like that. So again, I don't think his buffs outweigh the nerfs he got. Losing 50% of your meter and losing guaranteed 50-50 mix, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Can we put Gohan and kill? No, Gohan didn't kill the game. Okay, so Gohan's like this weird. He's like in this weird place, right? Where he's very strong, but people love watching him. People love watching this character, right? So regardless of how strong he has always been, right? People always love watching this character. He could never be in killed the game tier just because of how cool of a character he is. I'm not downplaying him. I would have to put him in a separate tier, right? Dude, this is not even being biased. You can't tell me Gohan's not a sick character. He has every level 5 Gohan has different combos. Every level 7 Gohan has different combos, right? Level 1 through 4, he's typically the same, but you know, double air dash, great damage, especially with the beam buff now. Makes you explode. Some of the best movement in the game by far. You can't tell me I'm wrong with this, okay? Well, safe MVP, so hype. Your fault. You shouldn't let him get level 7 low, bro. I don't know what to say. Great character. Some of the best movement. Great key blast. Tier of his own, obviously. He gets better as he levels, you know. But he's such a cool character that I don't think people will ever get sick of seeing him. I would put Teen Gohan in A. Still has a stupid, annoying auto combo, right? Of course, you know, DP assist. Always a plus. Invincible. Can't go wrong with it. Level 5. You can never go wrong with the level 5. You know, I haven't really seen the Super Dash buff to his level 1, but I mean, if you do DP into level 1, it doesn't hurt, since you can do, you know, whatever air combo into M-Leg special tag DR. So you can always get a knockdown if you have a character available. Crouching mediums, not too bad. Does a lot of damage. They made his bomb loops way easier. Oh, he has solo DR, right? You can just do M double jump knockdown. It's pretty good. I think he still has the fastest startup of a Ki Blast in the game. I could be wrong. He used to have the fastest startup Ki Blast. I don't know if he still does. But yeah, he's pretty strong, pretty good. You know, great auto combo. Decent crouching medium. Right, a bust out option with DP level 1 that you can super dash. I wonder, I don't know, but I wonder if you could do DP super on block, and then if it's RPS that you're gonna super dash or not. 7 frames. He has a 7 frame 5M. Dog, do you know how fast that is? Oh shit, it is 7 frames. Okay, yeah, that's pretty fast. Damn. That's hella good. Faster. Dude, that is, I didn't know that. So yeah, he's pretty good character, pretty strong. You know, EX Lariat now gives him a 50-50 from like 3/4 of the screen if your opponent blocks it. And of course, if it hits, he gets the solo conversion. Very strong character. Very annoying to fight. A threat anywhere on the screen. Goku Black. You know, I gotta play X-Isis Goku Black over the World Finals weekend. It was pretty good. It was very annoying. He kept doing 5S on me, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. He's just staring at me menacingly. Yeah, I would say he's A. C? Nah, dude. This character's neutral is so annoying. So annoying. 5S having its durability, but it also doubles as a hitbox, a physical hitbox, and a projectile. I think he's like plus 20. He's plus 20, and you can't do anything about it. You just have to guess what the next situation is. Is he gonna try to reset his pressure? Is he? I could super dash, but I might get 2H'd, right? Like, your best option is to just get out. Yeah, his pressure resets are insanely strong. He has EX instant transmission where you could go on the ground now, right? He has mix. He could either do the float mix where he crosses you up in the corner, stays same side, lands Dragon Rush, stays on the ground, you know. His command grab is super annoying now because when he does it, when he does his command grab, yeah, he goes like this, okay? But Zamasu doesn't come out for the first few frames. So by the time he comes out, you're like, oh shit, I'm getting grabbed. So I think they made him come out later in the grab. I don't think I'm crazy. I think they made him come out later during the move, but they didn't say that. They're just like, we made it like 1 frame faster, but we didn't tell you that Zamasu comes out later. So you no longer have the giant green bean reference of like, oh, he's on the screen, I'm out. He's just there, and then you get grabbed, which is super annoying, but I mean, he needed it, you know. God Slicer is an anti-air, very strong. He does have a reversal super. He can try to bait you with instant transmission. Dive kick, super annoying. Safe. Combo if it hits. You know, EX dive gives you a combo anywhere on the screen, you know. Strong character, super annoying. You know how to use them. Okay, listen. This next one's gonna be a little weird, but you gotta bear with me for a second, okay? GT Goku is S. But the weird thing about GT Goku is that he's actually much better as a point character. However, hold on, look at your panties knotted now. Why would you want him point when he has that assist? This is the conundrum with this character. He has reverse Kamehameha, 4 frame, invincible move, can do it 3 times, but again, massive bias. This is my tier list. Hold that shit. You can argue as long as you want. Keep, you know, go to the comments, do that. Why would you want him point? Even though point is technically his best spot, because how you can make reverse Kame safe. He's got GTA. That shit is just too damn good to not have him point. I mean, to not have him as, you know, second or third. Right? He has great combo routes now with, you know, the changes to hit stun and everything like that. He, you know, power pole, sending him full screen. Of course, you know, being able to level 1 into Spirit Bomb, into Dragon Rush, blah, 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 into level 3. I think he's S. I think he's super annoying. Super hard to hit. Power pole eating Ki Blast when it's on the ground. Reverse Kamehameha just skipping neutral. But the weird thing about him is his best spot is point, but nobody plays him point. I'm just saying. Of course you can disagree with me, but that's just my thought process of the character. Alright, Goku Blue. I think this is an easy S character, honestly, you know. Command grab, range, anti-Ki Blast moves. You know, I think he has the only light command grab in this game where you can convert because you use assist. Very powerful, 17 frames, and you build like 2 bars. You can level 3 in the air now. So if you see somebody whiff something on the ground, you're like, huh, guess I'll level 3, bro. You know, he has some of the best option selects on your wake up in this game. Some of the best staggers in this game. 4M is a war crime. I'll say it. Yeah, 4M is a war crime. But anyways, moving on. Blue Goku. Yeah, level 5, obviously. Very strong, very potent. He's just a strong character overall, you know. He can keep his turn by doing EX instant transmission, right? It's kind of a cheesy way, but you can keep your turn because you're plus frames. He has EX dive kick, which gives him 50-50. It's not as good as Cell perfect attack, but it still gives you the 50-50, right? It's virtually unpunishable. You could ask Inzem. I know Inzem loves Goku Blues. EX dive kick. That's his shit right there. EX dive kick is Inzem shit, bro. If you're out there, Inzem, tell me about it. Speak to me. Who hurt you? But yeah, strong character. Does his assist get rid of Ki Blast? Does shoulder tackle assist get rid of Ki Blast? I think it does, right? Shoulder tackle and dive kick. Dive kick tracks and it ground bounces. And shoulder tackle gets rid of ki blast. So he has two very strong assist and options behind it, right? You could, for example, with Gohan, you know, when I play Blue Goku, I would JS and then call Goku Black. If it hit, I'm like, sick, I convert. If not, sick, you're blocking. He still kind of has to deal with a little bit of bullshit from the stronger characters. Dive kicks always give SKD no matter what. Yeah, very strong character. Can always SKD no matter what because of the recent changes he got. Damn. Protagonist privilege, baby. Super Saiyan Goku. I would say I would put him in A tier. I don't think he's as good as Goku Black, but he hits harder. His neutral is worse, but he hits way harder. But, you know, one of my philosophies has always been the hit doesn't matter if you can't even land it in the first place. Or the combo doesn't matter if you can't even land the hit in the first place, right? Like, Goku Black is super annoying in the neutral, right? He's just zigging, zagging all over the place, hard to hit. While Super Saiyan Goku, he doesn't have anything super crazy in the neutral, right? He doesn't have anything that, you know, eats ki blast. He doesn't have a giant fuck you neutral tool, right? You know, flurry kicks is cool. It is an anti-air. I think only on the ground or only the EX version. It's one of those. But no, he has mix. He has same side beam or cross up or not. So he does have some mix. But again, his neutral is not as strong as Goku Black's. Oh, UI Goku. Terrible character. And all of you that are going to be like, no, but he's no good. No. Hold on. Anyways, like I was saying, no, UI Goku's so good. No, shut up. The character sucks, man. His jab doesn't mean anything. That's like his one thing. And even then, it's bad. All right, I might even put him in C tier, dude. He's that bad. Okay, even if you put UI Goku from release, he still wouldn't be top 10. That's how overtuned some of these characters are. Can you look at, you know, all these characters, right? You know, maybe you wouldn't agree with GT Goku, but like all these other characters, could you put UI Goku above them from release? I don't know, man. I don't know. No, he's definitely worse than Bardock, kinda. Bardock has shit. UI Goku doesn't. UI Goku has 5L and 5S. That is it. 214H. It's okay. Alright. It's they nerfed his super to make it more punishable when it was already punishable. But, you know, people were just bad and they didn't know how to punish it. 5M is one of the worst medium buttons in the entire game because it's a two-parter commitment that's not even that big. Alright? Like, he does 5M and he's just kind of stuck there, walking up the treadmill. He doesn't have a DP. Sure, he has 214H, but 214H scales really hard. And it puts you airborne in a bad spot. And it's negative on landing. So, like, you have to take a risk, you know? It's hard for the character, man. One of the prettiest level 3s, though. So that's pretty cool. All his assists are trash. All his assists are trash, man. Alright, let's move on. I would put base Goku in B tier. The big problem with him is that, like, yeah, sure, you explode if he hits you. That's always been his thing. But he doesn't have any big buttons, right? He doesn't have good zoning outside of Spirit Bomb, but that's like a one-time use and then you have to charge it again. And to get easy charges, you either have to burn an assist and hope you pin your opponent down, or you have to knock down your opponent. Yeah, base Goku is just damage plus command grab, right? He doesn't really have much else going for him. Now, we're never gonna get a patch, but one thing I wanted to see for him was just like how Krillin can call a Senzu Bean. When you have Goku B, lend me your energy, you could throw the Spirit Bomb. I think that would have been amazing. I think it would have been great for him, because if you gave him that one thing, he'd shoot up at least 1 tier, because that would be broken. He would beat everything. He would beat literally everything in the game. All beams, all projectiles. There's even, I might be tripping, but I think he even kind of clashes with some supers. I think the Spirit Bomb does lose anyway. Spirit Ball, I should say. But I think it did clash for a bit. His level 3 is lit. Sure, yeah. Does mad damage, you know. But so does Beerus. So yeah, his big problem is that he doesn't have big coverage, right? He has to work so damn hard. He cannot skip neutral. His A assist is his best assist. All the others are kind of lacking. Gotenks, this annoying rat of a character. He is literally plus frames incarnate, all right? And I still think him being able to do 4 specials in a row is a bug. I don't think he's supposed to be able to do punches, Die Missile Barrage, punches, Beyblade. I think that's a bug, but they don't even care anymore. They don't even care. He's not in Killed the Game tier because nobody's playing him like that. Yeah, exactly, Derp. So, strong character, super annoying, builds tons of meter, has the passive of being small, being hard to hit, right? Amazing damage from anywhere on the screen. Some of the best mix in the game, because you can EX Beyblade, cross up, stay same side, or not. I would put him there in Zem, but in the current state of the game, I think Nitro's like the only person playing him. Nitro doesn't even play him full time. No, Gotenks is super strong, Demon. Super strong. Character's super annoying. But he's got the Nappa issue, right? Nobody really plays Nappa because they think the character looks like a dweeb. Same thing with Gotenks. The character is a dweeb, you know? Yeah. So he has that just weird situation where broken, but nobody really plays them. Ghost Oki is still there. You know, they've done their best. I like how they approach Ghost Oki, right? Before it was free, now you need a specific ender to get into Ghost Oki, which I think is fine. It's fair, right? You cut your combo short to go into Ghost Oki, you know? You get the fucked up. You get like 2 50-50s in a row and your assist back though. So that's broken. The fact that they never changed that is broken, right? You burn all your assists, you get the hit. You put him in Ghost Oki, and then you get your assist back. You put him in 2 50-50s, and then you get your assist back, and you put him in more 50-50s, and you loop it. It's broken, but you know, what are you gonna do? Oh yeah, I mentioned that earlier. In Zim, I said he builds mad bar off any hit from anywhere on the screen, in any situation. That always ends in a special tag into Dragon Rush. So again, broken character, but I'm not gonna pull him and kill the game tier because you don't see him as often as you do those other 3 characters. Isn't it dope? And then you end in a knockdown and then you just get level 3 Gohan. Alright, Hit. I think Hit is a resounding A tier. He's still super annoying, but that meter nerf was definitely uncalled for. He's more annoying. Hit has always just been a super annoying character that makes you slow down. Well, A tier isn't ordered, but Hit makes you slow down the pace of the game because there's always the looming threat of he's gonna hit you with the red foreman and put his foot up your ass, you know? He always has one more in him. Just when you think he's out, he hits you with the red foreman and puts one more foot up your ass, dude. Right before the new decade, the new year, just one more foot up your ass. That's it. But now he can do it less because he got meter nerfed. And he doesn't have any mid-screen combos. His only combo paths are in the corner. This character has always had the issue of no SKD, right? Yeah, him and 21 have that problem, right? No SKD from, you know, weird hits, right? Without Vanish, Dragon Rush. No mid-screen combo presence, okay? Never fixed that about him. Some of the worst air-to-air conversions in the game, if not the, I think he might have the worst air-to-air conversions in the game, actually. It's awful. It's terrible. And then they nerfed his meter? I get it. He had hit A. Super annoying, but what about the other assists, you know? So, resounding A tier. Has a shotgun, right? Can burn all that meter. But needs a character dead if you bring him in. Imagine having a safe DP. Could it be my team? Well, it is -5. Janemba is another A tier character. I would put him higher if he didn't have the meter nerf. But they nerfed his meter. And there's also so many ways to go around his counter now. You could backdash it. You could jump past it. You can reflect it, right? Some of characters can absorb it with a barrier and get meter, you know? It's fucked up. It's fucked up what they did to this character, you know? He used to have... Janemba A used to be so special into and of itself. Especially when they buffed it to have, you know, 4 key blasts instead of 2. But then they slowly just kind of started throwing similar assists into the game, right? That kept them in blocks or hit stun forever, you know? You got the double rock, you got, you know, Team Gohan B, right? Just things like that, you know. Vegito A getting hella buffed. It's like other characters got assists that kind of started doing the same thing Janemba did, but better, you know. So it power crept the assist, which is super unfortunate because Janemba's a cool character. If you can do Hell's Gate without it clogging up that button that you use for it, maybe I'd put him a little bit higher. But doing EX Hell's Gate and not having access to J2H is awful. It's terrible, you know. Even the buffs that he got still don't bring him up that high because again, he didn't really need, you know, the what 2L 5L buff, right? He got was nice, but his problem was never making you block, right? It was always a guess when he made you block, you know. His pressure was always a guess. I'm gonna command grab you or not. That's all it was. That, to be honest, as a skill should be, is you can always 2H or J2H in this situation. You can mash, but in Zem, that like 3 to 4 frames it takes to mash through it could be the difference between you getting hit or not. I know what you're saying, in Zem. You can mash, you know, 2H, right? But why do you have to go through those 2 to 3 frames? You know, sometimes 4, right? Depending on how fast of a masher you are. It's a frame is all the world. Little lacking. Dog, I will put him in killed the game tier. Honestly, fuck this character. Oh my god, dude. You ever been hit by a reverse beat 2L? That shit is the worst. This bald-headed son of a bitch, man. Bug-eyed alien, bro. Hate him. I hate him so much, dude. He's bug-eyed, bald-headed, fucking no riz. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah. So the reason he's in the killed the game tier is obviously 2L medium starter, 8 frames. 5S just negates all your key blasts, right? You know, 2M, fantastic reach. You know, obviously his counters, right? They go into special tag. You know, J2H having armor, right? He just hurts from anywhere on the screen. He has presence. It's 7 frames. Oh my god, they buffed it. That's right. He has presence everywhere on the screen. Everywhere. It doesn't matter where he is always a threat. Always a lore accurate Jiren. Killed the game tier. Yeah, because he has EX eyes, right? If you super dash, he's in a winning situation. It's super annoying. Either J2H or, you know, quarter circle forward, light or heavy. Probably heavy because, you know, you hit, you know, you're at advantage. If not, then you fall. He calls assist. And he puts you on a 50-50. It's light eyes. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, and even then you would have to, like, most characters have to dash to cover the distance. Pissing me off, dude. Definitely killed the game tier. Also, 2 great assists. You know, a lot of people, especially, you know, the French, are like, yeah, Kefla's S tier. She's broken. I don't see it, though. I would put her in A. I don't see how she is S. I'm sorry. You know, they've like, no, Cloud, you don't get it. She's really good. But why? And I've yet to get an explanation as why. When I look at her, yeah, see, derp, yeah, you don't get it. Bum. Uh-huh. Okay. I don't see it. 236S is reflectable midway through the move, right? A lot of people forget about that. 5M, super committal. It does go pretty far, though. That's like her only big button. I think she can gel from 236L. Could be wrong about that. That is very good. But the rest of it is lacking for me, you know? Like, I see these characters higher up and I'm like, damn, I hate fighting these characters. The SC off 236S is insane. But you can reflect. Oh, well, I mean, if you're in a combo, yeah, sure, I agree. But that's similar to the beam buff. It's just the beam buff, but hers just visually looks different. Both broken neutral that can hang with top tiers. Broken mix up in the corner. Anti-system mechanic pressure with broken knockdown pressure removes. She will pretty much take her turn. Broke assist too. I mean, yeah, I know her assist is better. I wouldn't say broke in Zem, but I will say it's better in the corner because she starts further back than other characters. But I don't see it. I've tried looking for it. I'm being told I'm wrong, but again, this is my tier list and my dog's tier list. She thinks Kefla is A. But get out of here. Isn't her 236H also? She has EX Lariat, right? You mean 214H? Yeah, EX Lariat, 3/4 of the screen low. It is very good. But if you're using it at that range, you got to remember this is an air dash fighter, right? And by air dash fighter, and what that basically entails is you're typically in the air most of the game, right? You don't really want to stay grounded for movement purposes. If you're on the ground, you have to block a high or a low. If you're in the air, you just have to hold back. It gives you more freedom to move around. I don't think she's us. I've watched these Kefla matches, and most of the Kefla players get cooked, but hey, just a streamer. Alright, Kid Buu sucks. This character is trash. Nah, this ain't. Kid Buu is trash, dude. I want you to look at this character and tell me he's good. You can't use his 5M in the air or on the ground outside of pressure or a combo because the move is just horrible. Stomp is okay, but with how much each character has a big button, or at least a lot of the better characters have big buttons, it's scary to use anyway. He doesn't really have anything too threatening, just in general. Like, yeah, sure, they buff Candy Beam, but, like, Candy Beam still sucks. He's no UI Goku tier. No, I feel like this is fitting because you would see UI Goku and Kid Buu paired together. They were that shell. And then Goichi stole my team and then got it nerfed. I will never forgive that man for playing my shell and then getting them fucking nerfed into the ground. Well, it's, too late to wish for anything now. And yeah, right. Kid Buu A, you can guard cancel if you know the timing, so there's not even a 50-50 behind it. His level 3, no longer happy birthday. That was a crazy stealth nerf. You can find the video about me crying about it somewhere out there, I'm sure. Oh my god. Are you fucking joking? Why play Kid? Wow. Bros. Lights are awful. They don't go that far. His 2H is still the worst 2H in the goddamn game. He's got the 2H, worst 2H. No, Krillin has the worst 2H. And then it's Kid Buu. But Krillin is a much better character, who's actually the next character we're going to talk about. Krillin is easily an S tier character. By far, right? His biggest problems used to be his range. But they're like, well, what if we gave you wheelies? And Krillin players were like, we'll take it. And then they said, what if we gave you the power of the sun? And then Krillin players were like, we'll take it. And then they said, what if we gave you 2 hot dogs? Krillin players said, we'll take it. And then they said, well, Cloud keeps punishing Krillin's air ki blast with super dash, so what if we made it faster so you couldn't punish with air super dash anymore? And then they said, we'll take it. I think they did that because of me. I'm not even kidding. Remember how slow his ki blast used to be in the air? And I was like, you just super dash and punish it. Let me show you. And then the next fucking patch, they buffed it. I honestly think they did that shit because of me. I'm not even joking. He did not need that faster air ki blast. I was like, oh, he's gonna air ki blast. Let me just super dash him because he's punishable. He was hella punishable. But then they made it faster. And they made it unpunishable. No, Renz, I'm sorry. There's just way too many targeted changes to me in the lifespan of this game. There was just way too many targeted changes, dude. At this point, I think somebody has a hate boner for me out there. All right. Krillin has not killed the game tier, though. All right. He has EX after image, which is invincible. You can hit him out of the hitbox, if I remember correctly. If he does the overhead, because I have 2 HP before, if I remember correctly. But in the middle of it, he is invincible, so it is a great movement tool, right? Multiple supers, you know. Great level 3 mix-up in the corner. Not so much mid-screen, unless you do, like, go on EX legs high up in the air. You know? You do gotta risk a little. You gotta, you know, get rid of a little bit of damage for the mix, but it's totally worth it. But, great character. One of the best assists in the game. The passive hitbox of being small, you know, super annoying to fight. Majin Buu. Majin Buu's in a weird spot. I think I'm going to put him in A tier. I think he's a resounding A. You know, again, he's great character. Some of the best resets in the game because Fat Throw forces you to restand. He has some good buttons, right? A butt slam being plus on block is absurd and super annoying. Butt slam also being an anti-air because... fuck it, we ball? When he already has cartwheel? I don't know. Okay. You know, pretty decent key blast. A decent 2H. He's definitely solid character, you know, decent assists, right? Not anything that you would really complain about, except when you're getting knowledge check. But if you know the matchup, it's not the worst in the world. Fat Buu is better than Goku Black for those resets. Nah, bud, those resets don't mean shit if you're getting smoked in neutral. And Goku Black definitely smokes Majin Buu in the neutral. He definitely gets smoked in the neutral, but we move on. Master Roshi, I'll put him in A. Even though Master Roshi has probably top 3 movement in this game, yeah, but he doesn't have a float. Dog, this dude be fucking flipping on my shit. That flip is broken, okay? Paired with you can air dash still, right? You can reverse Kamehameha into plus frames. Broken. Oh my god. Super annoying. EX splits is an anti-air and a low crush, so you have to hit a mid. And if you don't, you die? Test it out. Go look for a Master Roshi combo video. When they start with EX splits, you fucking die. You're dead. I'm sorry to tell you this, but he does EX splits into EX orb, right? You're dead. And it's a high crush and a low crush. Or I guess I should say anti-air. Yeah, it's an anti-air and it's a fucking low crush. You gotta hit him mid. He has the DP, of course. Super annoying to deal with that. He can hold so he can change his timing up, you know? Super knowledge checkable. Things like that. Very weird character. Very strong. Great combo routes. Great damage. Can always end in a knockdown, right? Thunder Shock surprise scales really well when using them in over combo. He's definitely an annoying fly. I'll put Piccolo in B. I think we've reached the point where Piccolo has just been phased out. Right? He's still has Hell Zone, but Hell Zone doesn't really carry him anymore. Landing that hit is rather damn difficult with this character. Piccolo in C, I think he's okay enough to not be in C tier. All right, he still has the jump light, still one of the best jump lights in the game. Orb assist is hella annoying still. You cannot take that away from him. Double orb is still super annoying, right? He has some of the best level 3 mix in the corner. He has great solo combo routes, right? I mean, he has a command grab, but it's not all that great, but it's still there. Hell Zone mix up, okay? Free 50-50s on wake up, like hello? This motherfucker isn't killed the game tier for me. Oh my god, if you have ever fought a good baby, and I fought Garlic Bread, and some other baby players, definitely killed the game tier, dude. You can't do anything. Every hit leads to 3 bars meter gain into you losing like 60%, 50% of your life. God forbid you get hit by a medium starter, you're dead, alright? Navigating through his zoning is some of the hardest shit in this entire game. Alright, and it's relatively safe because he has a frame 4 anti-air move in the air. I think he could even EX Command Grab. I forget if EX Command Grab in the air has anti-air properties. I want to say it does. I could be wrong though. Right? He has Monkey level 3. He has, you know, the other level 3. Oh my god. Revenge Death Ball. That's what it's called. Right? So 2 different level 3s for 2 different options depending on what's going on. -1 5M is absurd. Why? Why? He's a baby. His assists are probably the weakest thing about him, which is funny because A and B are still pretty decent. Tien, I'll say it, dude. I think Tien is sleeper S tier. All right, I think he is sleeper S tier, and the reason I'm saying this is because the value he has with some characters. Okay, now bear with me here. Super simple character. His assist does suck. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But he's easily S outside of that. Yeah, so bear with me here. Okay. He has some of the best mix in the entire game with Insta Air EX Chop. Now, if you pair him with Lab Coat, you can medium stomp or EX. I know you could EX stomp. I'm pretty sure you could medium stomp off of it if you're fast enough. And with her recent buff, you get a solo conversion into 40% damage into a knockdown, right? And they're a pretty good pair together. We've seen them before at a high level, right? They work pretty decent with each other. Tien has plenty of armor, lots of damage for no damn reason. He builds half a bar doing a volleyball fist now because he needed that for some reason. You spend a bar to do like 7k damage and you get half of it back for free? So he only spends half a bar realistically? The Chaozu tracking is not too bad. Pretty decent. Of course, he has the armored or guard point command grab, I should say. Again, the weakest thing about him is his assist, right? Outside of that, pretty decent. You know, can't complain with him. He's literally a walking fucking nuke. Great character. Oh, character sucks, man. Every damn season, he just sucked more and more and more and more and more. Trunks is good if you're a robot. Sure, yeah. If you're a robot, Trunks is good. Theoretically, on paper, Trunks is good. But that's typically beyond, you know, a regular person's execution, right? On paper, he is A tier. Yes. At least. Maybe better. But when it comes to human error, C tier. Because nobody is going to have the robotic movement you're going to need to really capitalize on what Trunks can do with his EX flips, right? There's just no way. It's impossible. It's too damn hard. You know, like 2M, great button, right? But 5M is trash. Change the future. It's not all that great, right? Yeah, sure, it's decent and neutral, but there's like no blocks done, no hits done to it. You're not going to convert off of it. You're not going to react vanish. You have to guess, and if you guess wrong, you're going to get punished and die, or you're in a bad situation. Your opponent blocked in the air, he's falling, you whiff, you explode. Freaking... his level 3 still sucks, right? They buffed it, but it's still weird to hit mid-screen sometimes, you know? Level 2 does no damage. His 5S is trash. You're not going to react vanish to hit confirm. You can beam, you know, but it's probably not going to hit. But yeah, he is just too hard to play at his highest level all the time. Adrian's probably got the best Trunks. The most I could give him is B tier, okay? The most I could give him is B tier. Level, don't even get me started on his level 3 of how... one of the worst level 3s in the game. If I air dash at you and hit a button, and you level 3, guess who's getting hit? You are. But if Gohan did that, if Gogeta Blue did that, Kid Buu, I get hit, right? You're like, oh damn, you know, you made the right read. You caught my button. Trunks is like, and then he dies. This motherfucker put his ass to kill the game tier for me, bro. Oh my god. EX command grab, fucking Big Bang, dude. Oh. EX Rekka? This character is so annoying to fight. So, what is it, like 90% or like 80% of the screen command grab? He does mad damage. So he has pretty decent zoning, but it's also a full screen conversion that's reactable into Big Bang. Before you had a freaking, what is it, Niagara Pummel, right? But you would only do the first half of it. Now you could just Big Bang. And you do mad damage. For no reason. Super annoying, super potent, super powerful character, right? Playing point, playing mid. I think he can even do the J2H mix-up on some characters. Not all. Not as much as Cooler, but some of them. Because if base Vegeta can do it, I think he can do it too. Maybe. But yeah, strong character, super annoying, mad damage, level 5, Big Bang, you know, EX command grab, for sure. I would put Super Saiyan Vegeta in A. I feel like he's just kind of well-rounded, you know? He can vanish his multi-Ki Blast Barrage, you know, obviously LDP if you Super Dash at him. You know, he has better combos, right? Mix hasn't really changed too much. Like, he has Dive Kick, which is probably the best thing. You know, you dash up 5M or whatever. Probably sitting next to Goku, Super Saiyan Goku. You know, strong, but not the strongest version of himself, which makes sense. He's only Super Saiyan, you know, look at him. But outside of that, nothing crazy. EX Rocket Kick's still annoying. You know, left-right mix with his Rocket Kick. Float a little bit. Alright, base Vegeta. I think base Vegeta sits at a comfortable A tier, like on the higher end of A tier, you know? Some of the best, most annoying zoning in the game, right? You know, outside of, you know, put Baby out of the picture because he'll smoke him. But great angles on his Ki Blast, right? Can throw him in multiple different angles. You know, Rocket Kick for like Peekaboo, you know, burst. Surprise move that he's just in your face. You know, pretty potent level 3 mix. Potent level 4 mix. It does cause an extra bar, but you know, it's very strong, right? I think off EX Chop he could also command grab pickup. So there is some synergy for some characters. I could be wrong, but I think EX Chop has enough hits. I could be wrong. Again, could be wrong. Well, I think he throws 8 Ki Blasts, right? Which is more than most characters in this game. Some characters shoot 6, some shoot 4. So if it doesn't have the Ki Blast durability, he does win in that moment. He has EX Rocket Kick, right? You know, great. Some of the most annoying movement in this damn game, honestly. Rocket Kick, J2H, EX, or just knee drop, EX knees. Super annoying. God forbid you get hit by EX knees and he picks you up and beats the shit out of you. Super annoying. Vegito. I want to say I might even put Gogeta Blue in S. This is tough because Vegito A is still useful. It's still annoying. He still has 5M, right? Bunch of damage, great pressure, EX legs, EX command grab. The mid-screen 50-50, of course, it costs 4 bars since you have to vanish, you know. I might bring him up to the bottom of S. I feel like bottom of S is fair for these two characters. Because, again, if they did not have that meter nerf, at the top, for sure. Without, like, even Vegito A getting smoked, it's still annoying, right? You can still call it defensively and convert off of it. It's just not super free anymore. It's still possible. It's happened to me. I'm sure you could see, you know, top level Vegito players do it all the time. But another thing is they still do a shit ton of damage even without meter. They're still gonna hit you for 40 to 50% most of the time, and then they're just gonna cash out the next hit and kill you, you know. Because again, they don't really need meter as much as a lot of these other characters. Alright, Videl. I'd put Videl in A. I think she's a solid A tier. She has some of the most annoying mix in the game. Especially depending on what assist you use. You could like cross up, call an assist, cross back up to your original side, and then cross up again. Lucar's hit me with that shit. It's super annoying and basically impossible to deal with. You know, dodge into DP with how fast it is makes it okay that she doesn't have a reflect, because it's again annoying to deal with, right? Gohan coming out, even if Videl gets hit, it may not seem like it's that good, but when you fight a Videl, you feel that shit. That shit is pretty damn good. Pretty damn annoying. Super annoying. Great damage. Some of the best solo combos in the game because she could loop, you know, J2H into whatever. Annoying character, right? Super annoying. Is her wake up level 3 safe? Even on whiff, it's safe, right? I think it's safe. I could be wrong, but I think even her wake up level 3 is safe. It's -4, but it's not punishable, right? Even if it whiffs. I think it's safe on whiff. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments about that. But yeah, oh, she has okay assist. Nothing too grand, you know. She's just she's resounding solid character nowadays. Not so much before. Yamcha, oof, baby, you no longer C tier, dude. You know, I mean, Wolfang Fist, if it was what it used to be, I'd put you in A. But damage was kind of an issue with you before, but your damage got buffed pretty decently. You got the Ki Blast conversion in the air where you could super dash off of it, right? You know, dive kick into, I don't even know what it's called. The Ricochet he does. I don't know the exact name for it, you know. It's not too bad. He does have the Hurricane Kara mix for a left right 50-50. You know, it's not that hard. You just have to learn how to do it. However, he got the most useless universal buff, which was you could level 1 into level 3. He could always do that since day 0 of the game. He could always level 1 into level 3. You think they would have been like, oh, you could spend another bar to do more damage, right? We'll let you throw like 3 more hits of Spirit Ball, 4 more hits for like 350, 400 extra damage, and then into level 3. That shit was the most useless universal buff to him because he could do it anyway. He didn't benefit from it. That was like something special to him for the most part in a couple other characters, but they didn't give him anything. He's been cheating since he could do it since release. No, that shit was soulful and unique, okay, to him as a character and the character personality, and then they gave it to everybody. Anyways, Zamasu, we're gonna put this asshole in S tier. I think he's S tier. I still think he's annoying. He's not as annoying this season as he was last season, just because other characters became more annoying and he got power crept. But 2H negating all assists and beams and Ki Blast is still super potent. Hell Zone mix into like I forget if it's called Wall of Light. That could be the super, but you know, when he has the orbs behind him, super potent, powerful. We can EX into Fly to be safe off a string. You know, Fly ability is one of the most annoying abilities in this game because you can't stop it. If he flies and you spark, you typically can't stop it. Like Gotenks and Tien can drag him to the ground, but not many characters can bring him to the ground. That's the thing, right? Across the general board of the game. Very TLD machine. He got meter nerfed, which I thought was weird because he doesn't build a lot of meter. He can spend meter extremely well, but he doesn't build meter all that great. But I guess they wanted to get rid of how many times you could Hell Zone on Wake Up, but it doesn't matter. You just play him mid and then you bring him in with 2-3 bars. You get like 2 50-50s, and if you open them up, they die. Zamasu's absolutely killed the game if Baby is there too. No, bro, Baby is way better than Zamasu. I'm sorry, bud. Baby is way better than Zamasu. Zamasu's just annoying. If he didn't have his meter nerf, I'd put him higher in S. But he's just annoying. He's super annoying to fight because he plays the game differently than every other character in this game, right? He flies and it's super hard to catch him and pin him down, and you have to make a super hard guess that you could not be right and still be wrong and be in an unfavorable position. And then Gogeta 4. Yeah, I think these last two are both gonna be S tier, right? Obviously S may vary, but you know, again, Gogeta got the jab buff, which is pretty funny. Got the command grab buff, which is also hilarious. Solo conversion, I think he's made it faster. Solo convertible, literally why, you know, that they buffed his level up assist, but you never really get to see that. But it, you know, for the few people that do use it, you know, it's something for you, right? Some of the best movement in the game, great range. He has level 7 in his back pocket, great solo damage. You can build Dragon Balls if you want to go that route. Solid all around. I don't know if I would put him higher than the Blues though. I feel like they're kind of all just sitting pretty next to each other right now, you know? And Lab Coat would be like right here. I wouldn't even say this is really ordered, but Lab Coat is still, just by design, Lab Coat is a good character. Simply by her existing, she's a good character, right? Her toolkit, unless you rework the character, she just cannot be bad. He blasts the game 360 fucking move, right? Anti-air, frame 1, she can convert off of it by herself if it's grounded, you know, EX Beyblade 214H, right? You know, they buffed her Stomp, where if you do M Beyblade in the air into M Stomp, you do a solo conversion into command grab for the health back and the knockdown. Great damage, you know, very strong level 3. She's just great all across the board. She has a barrier, right? I don't really see anything too bad about her. Obviously, the worst thing is the meter gain nerf, and you cannot use A assist. You have to use B or C. But still, you know, a barrier assist is alright, and her C assist is also alright. Well, she's no longer in killed the game tier anymore, Curse. She would have been, you know, 2 patches ago, right? But not so much anymore. I think my tier list is pretty decent, right? Obviously, you know, you might not agree with GT Goku or Kefla, you know, but those are my hot takes. I think it's fair. I think the characters in Killed the Game tier are the most annoying characters to deal with. Gohan is one of the coolest characters in the game, if not the coolest character, so it's hard to hate on him. You know, S tier, for the most part, makes sense. Thanks for watching. Saddens me that this will be the final tier list for this game. I cannot see them continuing support for this game outside of rollback, due to the fact that Sparking Zero is what they're working on right now. And again, Sparking Zero is a major title for them. It's not, you know, Dragon Ball Breakers, you know, something small, right? Like a little tidbit project, you know, just Kakarot DLC, you know, things like that. This is like their next big title that they're gonna support, you know, for at least like 5 years probably, right? They'll probably have like 250 characters, 300 characters by the time the game's over. So just whatever skeleton crew they're working on fighters is just probably gonna be done once rollback's out, and they're gonna have like a small group of people working on rollback. But thanks for watching. My next video will be probably talking about why anime fighters always fail. Maybe fail is too strong of a word, but don't do well. You know, Jujutsu Kaisen game didn't do all that great. Look what happened to Dragon Ball Fighters. You know, Under Night on PC was a disaster. Strive, when it came out on PC, I think just in general, Strive had major issues online, right? Just there's just something about anime games, dude. The My Hero Rumble Battle Royale game fumbled. It's weird. Anime titles and games just have this weird looming curse. I'm still gonna play fighters though, you know. I'm still gonna do raid bosses, and when party mode rollback comes out, please, I'm praying, please don't skip out on the party mode rollback. I want to play with my friends, please. I'll still do DBFZ content. Don't worry. It's not gonna just be gone from the YouTube. But as you've seen, I've been more on Tekken, and I'm gonna play Under Night after my month of Tekken and Grand Blue. It's just gonna be like a 4-game rotation, you know. So I hope you guys will be there along the road with me and continue supporting me, even if I'm not playing Dragon Ball. And for those of you that are like, oh well, I'm not gonna watch you if you don't play Dragon Ball, appreciate you anyway. You're sticking around with me through it and through the Dragon Ball times, the good and the bad. But without further ado, I'll catch you guys on the next one, and please like, sub, comment. Bye.